Welcome back! On this episode of Time for Justin on Digital Awesome, I will discuss the worlds that I would like to see in Kingdom Hearts 3. For this list, I do have some worlds from previous games, and of course I've taken the statement that Tetsuya Nomura made into consideration. He said that no movies after the Big Hero 6 movie will be added to Kingdom Hearts. So that means there won't be worlds like Inside Out or Moana. Okay, so I will also explain some of my ideas on how these worlds could work and why I think it'll be a cool idea in Kingdom Hearts 3. So let's dive in by revealing number 10. The Sword in the Stone. Okay, so this one is here for, one simple reason. It'll give the player a background story into Merlin the Wizard, who's in the games, since the start actually. Some of my ideas for this world will be that Sora tries to pull out the Sword of the Stone, but of course he fails because, he might be worthy, but he's not in the prophecy, to say it like that. Maybe even a final battle could be like a giant Heartless who you'd have to defeat while protecting Arthur when he's trying to pull out the sword. And when he does pull it out, it'll be revealed that the sword could be the keyhole to, seal up the world. Also I had this idea, like in Kingdom Hearts 1 with Merlin, that you could train here your magic. You could upgrade your fire, blizzard, thunder, cure, arrows, stuff like that. So that's my number 10 world. Now let's go to number 9. Atlantis. No, don't worry, I don't mean the fucking piece of shit world Atlantica. Get it out of here! I mean the story told in the movie Atlantis, the Lost Empire. This world would make for one beautiful world with a lost modern society and a different style of laying out the map. Since there are a lot of main characters doing the exploring in this movie, some turning dark, so maybe that's where you can, get access to darkness in this world and reveal Heartless and stuff like that. And maybe you can choose from all of them as a party member, and the story will unfold the same way, but still, it could be fun that every one of them has their classic own moveset. Of course, you'll start with Milo, but in your team. But as the story progresses, you get to interact with different members of his team, and you can ask them to join your quest in Atlantis. That's number 9. Now let's go to number 8. Cars. Okay. Believe it or not, I would think it's funny to make Sora and his friends into cars. Like Sora being a sports car, Donald being his classic red car, Goofy being something like a weird and kind of quirky looking car. Of course you get Lightning McQueen in your team. That's something that, if this world is happening, that should be there. And you get to ride around Radiator Springs. I thought maybe some Heartless cars as well, like the one you had in Kingdom Hearts 2, but those were annoying as fuck. So maybe some Beetles or Heartless pickup trucks. And as a side quest, maybe, like you have the tournaments in Olympus Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 2. Here you can race. And once you complete the Grand Prix, you'll unlock what I called the Drifter. It's the Keyblade from this world, as you can see. I made this design my own. It's not the best, but still, The hilt being, as you can see, like a wheel and the key part being a racing steering wheel-like thing, and the keychain something like a headlight, perhaps something like it. I do think they can do something really funny with this world if they decide to make a Cars world. Okay, so number 7. Number 7 is a classic one. It's Beauty and the Beast. Yes, again, but this time telling the complete story, because that hasn't happened before. So I thought maybe you can start with Gaston in your team, because all he tells you is that he will save Belle from a vicious and bloodthirsty monster. So you try to hunt down this monster with Gaston on your side, and then you find out that the monster you're hunting is actually the Beast. So of course you'll switch sides and fight among the Beast to defeat Gaston. Once you defeated him, I thought it would be cool that if Maleficent showed up and turned Gaston into a Heartless, and Gaston might be turned into a beast as well, with much more powerful attacks than the Beast we know actually has. So when you beat this world, the Beast will turn into a man. That's what I thought. Just to close it off, end the story there, change everyone back into human, the Beast, the servants, and therefore maybe make the Keyblade, as you can see. Kind of a mix of everyone, like the clockwork key part from Cogsworth, the Lumiere candlestick in the middle, the hilt being Mrs. Potts, Pot, and the keychain being a world, a rose, to represent the world of Beauty and the Beast. And the thing is, I just want a world with Gaston in it. With Digital Awesome, we got to have a world with Gaston in it, alright? Okay, so number 6. Is Brave. Yeah, okay, Brave. Why shouldn't Brave be on this list? It's a classic, beautiful story. So I thought maybe when you first enter this world, you come across Merida, and at this point in the story, she had just learned that her mother has turned into a bear. So of course she'll see Donald and Goofy and think that the same happened to them. So you have to convince her that it's not true. So this world, it would be beautiful to see. Just beautiful, I think. It's the land of Danbroch, to the woods. The final battle will be also very stunning area in the woods, but it'll be against the man that turned beast in the movie. And after you defeat this man, Merida's father is just sure that Sora has to marry his daughter, causing for maybe one quite awkward cutscene. We all know how Sora's in these situations. And I thought maybe for a Keyblade, it could be influenced by the bow that Merida uses, and maybe kind of like the Irish style, something like it. Oh well, so doesn't matter. Let's go to my top 5. Okay, so Pinocchio is number 5. Yeah, I know we had Monstro in Kingdom Hearts 1. We had Prankster's Paradise and Dream Drop Distance. And I would love to see Prankster's Paradise back. But instead of in Dream Drop Distance, I'd like it to be exactly like in the movies. Just exactly. Inside a big cave with amusement stuff. Sora gets these attacks with Disney Park amusement attraction things, stuff. It's awesome. Why not make it that he could learn some of that stuff in this world with different attractions? And since I didn't really love Dream Drop Distance, I wanted to be completely filled with Heartless. And I also have a couple ideas for this. So in the progress of this world, Sora will get, donkey ears, a tail, a snout, kind of like Pinocchio did, since he's misbehaving a little bit. The final battle, it'll be either against the boy playing tricks on Pinocchio, or a Heartless, or maybe Stromboli, the guy that captured Pinocchio in the movie. And with Stromboli, I did have a pretty fun idea for the battle. After every attack moment you'll get, he will string all your teammates up and control them to attack you. So you have to either burn or destroy the strings to set them free. But they'll attack you, and their attacking skills will be influenced by the level they are as well. So it's not like they're level 5, because it's a combat level 5 world. If you're level 60, they're level 60 as well. So it's quite challenging, perhaps. Let's see. Then you get to fight him after you set all your teammates free, but only for a little while. Then he strings them back up again, and maybe he could even string you back up, and then you have a reaction command where you can set yourself free. And after you've completed this world, I thought it would be fun to unlock like 2 things. Since we saw in 0.2 that you can get customization options, I thought in this world Sora will slowly turn into a donkey, so why not give him the donkey attributes? The ears, the tail, the snout, stuff like that. And also the wishing star. It's easy enough. It's the same Keyblade you get in Kingdom Hearts 1 for completing Monstro. Easy enough. Okay, so number 4. Number 4. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch. Okay. I loved Deep Space Nine in Birth by Sleep. I just loved it. Such an awesome idea. But the thing is, I would like it to return in this game, but on the mainland, on Hawaii, with Stitch in your team, of course. I mean, in Birth by Sleep, you only have him in your team with Aqua for a little while, and with Atlantis also, just only for the boss battle. And for the Heartless, it's so easy. The standard Heartless, the Shadows, the Soldiers, the Fat Buddies, they'll do just fine in this world. It's easy. But I do think that instead of one giant boss fight, of course there should be one, but instead of one big one and one big mid-story boss fight, it should be like 10 little boss fights that are optional. All being the experiments, the return of Experiment 221, and maybe even Experiment 629 from Leroy and Stitch. And way more different experiments. I mean, we had the TV series, so a great amount of picks right there. Doesn't even need a design anymore. And maybe as a final boss, it's again Captain Gantu, but easier than he is in Birth by Sleep, because he is just too easy. He's too easy. And as a Keyblade, I thought maybe the return of the Hyperdrive. It was a pretty good Keyblade. It looked pretty fun. Or maybe something completely different than the Hyperdrive, where they, could incorporate the blasters that Stitch uses and the texture and the colors of his spacesuit, stuff like that. Okay, my top 3. 3. Number 3 is Treasure Planet. Yes, this top 3 it was so difficult. In my opinion, they all are at a shared first place, but I had to make a top 10 and not a top 1. Okay, so Treasure Planet, I can cover this one pretty quickly, so I'm going to do that. You can sail through space, maybe even unlock a customization for your gummy ship, so it could look like the ship from the movies. And since we saw in the Toy Story trailer that it is possible to have 2 additional characters in your team, I thought, Jim and Ben, you can have them in your team. Why not? Also, you'll travel with them to Treasure Planet. If they're on your team or not, you'll travel with them to Treasure Planet to be the main antagonist from the movie, Long John Silver. It's basically just a classic story being told. And for a Keyblade, I thought maybe, it should be based on a classic pirate sword. One side of the classic Keyblade hilt, the rest something like high-tech shit. Yeah, kind of like Jim's Parasailer, as you can see. This design isn't good at all, but still, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so number 2. Number 2, the Emperor's New Groove. Yes. I have some fun ideas for this one, so sit tight. Okay, so Cusco, he will be in your team. Of course, it's Cusco. He will be a llama at this point, so you'll join kind of like halfway the movie. And you have to fight all sorts of different animal heartless at this point. Yeah, we had the bad heartless, but I mean like true animals, like crocodiles, bulls, cows, whatever you can think of, jaguars. And the end battle will be against Yzma and Kronk. I have an idea for this one as well. So here she will throw all sorts of vials containing different animal potions to Sora. So he could transform in maybe a cow, a squid, a dog, a lion, etc., etc. Any animal you can think of. And you have to launch some of these vials with a reaction command back to Yzma to transform her into an animal. When she is an animal, she will stop attacking because, well, of course she wants the antidote because she wants to be herself again. So there is a lever in the middle of the stage that you could attack, and Yzma will fall down with all the vials. When she's looking for it, you have the time to attack her. When she will drink the antidote, if you are an animal at this point and you attack her, she'll explode into a giant puff of smoke, transport back up, and because of that explosion, Sora will be turned back into a human as well. And after this, I thought, why not? It could be fun to also unlock some customization options for Sora, like the masks of the animal that you could become in this world. Something like that. Okay, so for number one, Monsters Incorporated. Yes, okay, I'm very excited. Okay, so Donald and Goofy will fit in just right here. But Sora, he has to dress himself up as a monster, kind of like Boo did in the movie. Or maybe they can just all be monsters here. It will both be awesome. Okay, so Sully, he will be on your team. And you have some missions where you have to help him scare for the energy. Some Heartless will be shaped like doors. I thought that's a cool idea. And others will be shaped like monsters. You have all sorts of different areas to fight in, being all the possible doors you can go through. On the scare floor there are like 20 doors, you can all enter them, and you have like small sub areas, kind of like in Timeless River. And one door, like in the movie, will go to the snowman, and you have to find your way back. So the mid-boss battle will be, in my opinion, Randall. He will turn invisible at some times, at different times, and you have to launch stuff like dirt, flour, and oil at him, so you can see him. Or you could also use magic like thunder, blizzard, or fire to reveal him. The final boss battle, it could either be Randall or Wilderness, being all buffed up and strong. So those are some options for the boss battles. And as a Keyblade. You can have the Monsters Incorporated logo as the keychain. Or an eye for Mike, something like it. The hilt could be like energy cans, and the key part could be like fangs, kind of like you had on the Lion King Keyblade. So yeah, I would love to see this world. I would just love it. Awesome. Okay, so of course 10 places, couldn't cover all of it, so here are some honorable mentions. Okay, first off, Dumbo. Yeah, I'm sure. To the Three Musketeers for a return after Dream Drop Distance. Jungle Book. I mean, in Birth by Sleep, they already had the world made, but they decided to remove it. So, just give it to us. Okay, next one, Up. Could be fun, in the house, flying, stuff like that. Number 5, the classic Robin Hood with the fox and the bear and the Lion King. Well, not the Lion King, but the... You know what I mean. Okay, next one, DuckTales. Could be fun. The classic kids series. It'll be awesome. Number 7, Brother Bear, with all of us being bears. How awesome is that? But I didn't have any ideas for this one except us being bears, so that's why I put it on the honorable mentions and not in the actual list. And finally, Nightmare Before Christmas. Except I don't think they'll do this one again, because they kinda did the entire story of the movie in 2 games. So either they have to make their own story, or not at all. So this is my top 10 list. I hope you liked it. In the next episode of Time for Justin, we'll cover my top 10 favorite worlds in Kingdom Hearts. So I'll see you then. Bye. 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 Bye!